video where we just identified if an equation was directly proportional or not directly proportional by making sure you have both x and y's. The next thing is making sure equations get into directly proportional form. So directly proportional means it looks y equals something times x. And that something we have just found out was y over x. It's whatever that constant ratio is. Directly proportional means what is the direct continuous ratios. Here's how you do it. You make sure y is on the left. You move x to the right side. Do you see? Because y is on the left, x is on the right, and then you need to get y alone, right? See how y is by itself? So if there's something in front of y, you are going to divide through by whatever is in front of y. Okay, we're going to process through this. 3 steps. So step 1, get y on the left. It already is. Step 2, make sure x is on the right. It already is. Step 3, divide through by whatever is in front of the y. What's in front of y? 2. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And you get y equals 3 over 2x. And now you also need to connect that this is a constant of variation. Your constant of variation is 3 over 2. That means that is your constant ratio of y over x. Okay? So constant of variation is whatever is in front of the x. Next, I need to make sure my y is on the left. Is y on the left-hand side? Nope, sure isn't. So I'm going to just quick make that happen so I can flip because equality is commutative. 4y equals 8x. Step 2, make x on the right. Is x on the right? Yep. Step 3, divide by what's in front of y. That's the 4. So I'm going to divide both sides because algebra is about equality by 4. And I get y equals 2x. And I just want to expand. What did this really tell me? It told me that my constant of variation is 2, or 2 over 1. That means if I take any point and go y over x, it will always be 2 over 1, or 2. Okay, last one. Just follow step 1, 2, 3. Step 1, is y on the left-hand side? Yeah, it is. Left side of the equal sign, right side of the equal. Yes, it is. Okay, let's move to x, step 2. Get the x to the right side. So I need to move this x to the other side of the equal sign. This is a positive 5x. How do you get rid of positive? I subtract 5x to both sides, maintaining that balance. That cancels it out. And I get 2y equals, and then the 0 can disappear. Negative 5x, right? The 0 doesn't need to be there. It's just there to take space because nothing else was there. And now I move to step 3. I divide by what's in front of y. Divide by 2. And you get y equals negative 5 over 2x. And your constant of variation is what you multiply the x by, negative 5 over 2. So that means if I created a ratio of y over x, it will always be negative 5 over 2. Okay, now we're going to analyze the table here and then make an equation. The first thing you want to do is find your y over x. That's the first thing you want to do. That's your constant of variation. And then you put whatever y over x is, and you put it in front of the x to make your equation. We've done this a little bit. It doesn't take a lot. You just do it. You figure out what's y over x. Pay attention to me. I see a lot of people looking around at each other here. So y over x, 0 over 0. Can't do anything with that because I can't analyze that. I can analyze 4 over 10, 8 over 20, 12 over 30. I feel like we did that one, don't you? And that was 2/5. Everything is a constant ratio of 2 over 5. So y equals 2 over 5x. So again, my summary, I figure out what is y over x. Everything is y over x. Y over x. Because that's the definition of directly proportional. Okay? Y over x. So 0 over 0, can't do it. Y over x, 3 over 2. Y over x, 6 over 4. Y over x, 9 over 6. And then I just want to know if they are the same thing. Yep, 3 over 2. Yep, 3 over 2. So my equation is that constant ratio, 3 over 2, times it by x. Or 1.5x. So that means I can get to my y if I multiply x by 1.5. Watch me, I will do it. So this is really 1.5x. So 2 times 1.5 is 3. Goodness, look at that. 4 times 1.5 is 6. What do you think 6 times 1.5 is going to be? 9. Got that right, sure is 9. Okay, last page. We're not going to do the word problems. So the last learning target. Steps for finding constant of variation given a point. Remember, constant of variation is that constant ratio. It's the y over x. I must really want you to know that. Y over x, huh? So the first thing you do is identify your constant of variation, which is y over x. And then you turn it into y equals that something times x form. And that y over x will go in front. It's just like what we did with the tables, except we don't have so many y's and x's to compare. So here, I have x and y. My y over x is really 7 over 4. So it's y equals 7 over 4x. I wonder what that is. 7 divided by 4 is 1.75. So I'm telling you, if I times x by 1.75, I will get to my y. 4 times 1.75 is 7. Amazing. Okay, y over x again. What's my y? Tell me. 12 over what's my x? 5. So y equals 12 over 5x. And you leave it like that. Or turn it to decimal. I don't care. This helps you realize it's slope. Slope is how your constant rate of change. X, y. Y over x. What's my y?
6.
Over what's my x?
10.
What's that simplify into? 3/5. Yep, 3/5. So y equals 3/5 times x. And I am done. And that's your learning target.
Well, no time.